What is good, guys? How are we all doing? Hope everyone's doing well. I know I am. Hope everyone's doing as well as me. Ready to make some money. As I posted on the Instagram, I'm already a couple £100 up. So we're not too busy. Oh, we've got an echo there. Sorry about that. Right, okay, we're back. We had an echo there. Sorry, I'm new to this. I think the quality of the video might still be a bit poo. If it is, my bad. I will fix that soon. I've tried it. I tried something before, basically just updating the the refresh rate or something like that to 4,000, and something with the audio as well. I've tried fixing it. It doesn't seem to have worked. I'm watching it on YouTube myself now. But if everyone's ready, give me 1 second. All good, bro. Right then. Let's get started. So yeah, as always, we start on the fundamentals. So we are looking at the news for Wednesday, the 28th of August, because that's today's date. Pretty standard stuff, really. Coming towards the end of the month, as I said yesterday, as you get towards the end of the month, it does seem to slow down a bit. It's always the second week of the month that's the biggest. But as I said, we are coming to the end of the month. We haven't really got much to worry about. We had news like an hour and 15 minutes ago. But yeah, no red folder really. So that's good for us. Nothing to worry about there. And as you can see, I'm on GBP JPY on the weekly time frame. So what we'll do is we'll do the exact same thing as yesterday. We'll work our way down from the weekly, or the daily really. We don't really need to look at the weekly. But we'll work our way down from the daily. Then we'll see exactly what's going on in the 15-minute and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously we will work on taking a trade and seeing what's going on there. But, I am a couple £100 up. I've took a trade today. I'm not looking to force any trades at all, really. But we can look at some setups, maybe on like the 5-minute fair value gaps, something like that. I don't think we'll get a whole cycle of AMD. But we can try. If you were here yesterday, I did analyse EU, GU, and gold as well. Same routine. If you've got any charts you want me to analyse, if you want me to have a look at this chart or anything like that, just ask me. Basically, just ask me, and I'll have a look when I can. But yeah, let's start on the weekly, or the daily, sorry, on GBP JPY. We still are inside of that external accumulation, which we were talking about yesterday. The higher time frame consolidation where price just doesn't really know what it's doing inside of a daily fair value gap. The only reason we haven't labeled that fair value gap is because, there's so many of them. So we've just kind of grouped it all into one fair value gap. So we're currently inside of a weekly fair value gap, consolidating. So what we can expect to happen and what would make sense in the markets is, we come into a high time frame fair value gap, start consolidating. That's what we're doing now. So we're consolidating inside of a high time frame fair value gap, which is a very strong sign that, we're going to respect it, aren't we? So we're consolidating in this fair value gap. We'll then manipulate up, which would make sense to manipulate up to this fair value gap over here. I'm not too sure where that's come from, because this was from yesterday, but I should have labeled it. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Is it the monthly? Maybe the monthly. Yes, it is. Okay. So what would make the most sense is we spend the next 3 days. If you look to the right hand side, you can see we've got 3 days left on this monthly candle. What would make the most sense is we spend the next 3 days consolidating, and then we basically manipulate to the upside, which would be how that would look is we close around here. We would then have a valid bearish fair value gap on the monthly time frame, which we would then come in and respect, which would be the manipulation to the upside on a daily time frame. And then we can catch that external distribution move to the downside like this. So what we'd be expecting to see is on the daily time frame or up, we have this consolidation, which we've had. Then we manipulate up into this fair value gap up here. Once we've closed on the monthly, because it's still not a valid fair value gap yet, but we'd want to close like this. And then once we've done that, once we've closed inside of here on the daily or something like that, and respected this monthly fair value gap seemingly on a lower time frame, that would be the manipulation phase. We can then look at taking an entry to the downside. And in terms of targets, this is more of an external move. We may not even take this trade, but it would give us a long bias, like a bias for a long time, the next few weeks worth of bias. We'd look at targeting this low down here, these equal lows down here, taking out this over here. So if we just drag this down to here, you can see exactly what we'd want to see. Now if I just do that, there we are. So this is exactly what we want to see. Currently we are consolidating, as I've said. We are inside of a external accumulation, which means an external manipulation is next. So we are expecting a fake out on the higher time frames, which means we can really be bullish. I'm expecting a bullish manipulation, simply just because of how the fair value gaps are lining up. That is why I was looking for buys on the 15-minute. If we go to the 15-minute now, I was looking for buys here. This yellow box is the external accumulation. We are still inside the external accumulation. You just want to make sure you're trading inside of that. But yeah, we could look at maybe continuing a move or something. Sorry, I got a bit of a cough. But yeah, we've my entry for this, I'll walk you through in a sec. So we want the monthly. We've got to close, and then we respect that fair value gap. The weekly, daily, we've gone through all the higher time frames. We know exactly what's going on over there. We're basically in a consolidation at the moment. On the lower time frames, we are just it is just the consolidation. Like the external is always going to translate down to the internal, but the internal won't always translate up to the external. But yeah, we are just consolidating. We had some accumulation. I think yesterday we were looking at taking a sell position down to this fair value gap over here, or something along those lines, and we didn't actually come to that, I don't think. Well, yeah, obviously we haven't. But what we did get was basically another cycle of AMD. So we were waiting, weren't we? We were talking about how we want to catch the rest of that distribution move. That's what we were discussing. But what happened was, we basically, I think we inverted a fair value gap, which went against our bias. So we went off the charts for the rest of the day. If anyone's from yesterday, they should remember that. So there is that we were looking at, and we ended up just basically accumulating, manipulating to the downside, and distributing back up to the upside. So we had a whole cycle there. Then we came back and we've just kind of had this massive range since then. But what was going on inside that range, and this is where I took my entry. So we basically, it was about 1 o'clock. So we were coming into the volume time for New York. So we were going to get a push of volume in some direction. I knew that. But realistically, what we wanted to see was a move up because of the manipulation on the external. The external manipulation to the upside, giving us our short-term bias. But what we wanted to see literally was price formed a bullish fair value gap here, which it started to disrespect, but as it disrespected it, it formed a bearish fair value gap. So I was keeping a close eye on this here. I was like, okay, we're going to get a break. Hopefully it's not to the downside. And then we inverted this bearish fair value gap. So we inverted the bearish fair value gap. We then came back in on the 5-minute. We came in and tapped this fair value gap again. So this one here, we came back into this, respected it, and then closed above it. So I took like my sell position here. I think it was like maybe like just here instead. But it was around about there. Because of that, we took our buy position. Sorry, not sell position. We took our buy position. And then I targeted the previous high, but I wanted to keep this fair value gap as, some form of like sub-levels, just something to keep our eye on whilst we are moving. But, you know, we were trying to break up it. I was looking around here, maybe moving to break even. I decided to just hold it and see what happens. And, you know, we did end up taking out this high over here, which is perfect for us. So that was an easy winning trade. I think that made me just under £300, which is obviously great. So there's all that's going on. And now on the 5 minute, we could literally look at taking a trade right now. We've formed a bullish fair value gap here, which we've come back in and respected. As you can see right there, we've came in and respected this, so we could see how this closes. We could really look at taking buys. The only issue is we've kind of got this here. If we draw that out, we haven't really got anything else to target. Actually, suppose it's this over here. Doesn't really seem to be much. There is this fair value gap that we inverted. We haven't come back and respected that inversion yet. So there is that. There's this fair value gap, but we've obviously already touched that. But we could really look, you know, at targeting the highs of accumulation. I think that would be a bit of a push, though. What I want to do is just drag this out. So we could realistically take a sell position here with our stops here, and I'll take profit inside this area up here, based on how the next 5 minute candle closes. That's what we're looking at. I think if we go to the 15, what are our confluences? We don't really have much. There's no really, obviously we are bullish and stuff. We have got fair value gaps down here, which we might need to come back to at some point. There's always that. But we can see what happens here. This 5 minute really is pushing up. I think, where's our limit? So we can't get in past here. If we go to the 1 minute, hopefully we can form some form of bullish fair value gap on the 1 minute. I don't like this rejection, but we'll give it a few more minutes and see what happens. But as I said, you know, I'm not really looking to take a trade. What we need to do is sort out this quality. Is it 480p, guys? Like, is it all blurry? I'm trying to figure out what it is that's causing this. I searched it up before, but there doesn't really seem to be much. I followed some instructions, which are like the recommended one. Oh, geez, this 1 minute's melting. Yeah, it doesn't like we're taking buys there, guys. All right, 1 minute and a half till this candle closes. Then we'll see what we can do. See if we can make some more money. As I said though before, I am already for like £300 up. So I'm not really looking to force anything. I'll probably risk that. If we do take a trade, I'll risk that $300. You know, you gotta play it safe sometimes. Right. Okay. That's not really a good sign. Has anyone got any charts they want me to analyse? Because we are going to be sitting here just watching this for the next minute or so. So if you want me to just look at any pairs, give us a shout. Yeah, it doesn't really like we're going to be taking a trade today, guys. Let's have a look at EU. Not really. Not really. Yeah, not at all. Hourly, no bottom wick. So using OHLC, it's gonna come down and make that. And we're inside a bearish fair value gap. What makes you think it's bullish? Come on, guys. Ooh, I'm liking the look of this. Should we risk it, guys? Should we risk it? I'll end up break even if we lose this. What are we saying? What are we saying, guys? Do we think this is a move or not? Is this the move? What do you reckon? Don't do it. Why not? Not yet. We gotta wait for a candle to close bullish, like. But if we can close up here, it'll be nice. We've got a nice morning star, bullish engulfing, coming off a fair value gap. That's literally standard procedure for me. The wicks. Yeah, I know. The wicks, yeah, that's true. There is the indecision there. Honestly, that's all I can see though. You know, cause as you said, like the wicks, it doesn't really suggest anything, does it? It just suggests nothing. You know, it suggests indecision. We can't really take a sell or a buy off of that. I think this is the only trade we're going to be taking. If we're going to take it, that's the question. If we're going to take it or not. And I think we can. If we start closing up here, it doesn't really look like we're gonna. We've got like 30 seconds left, but you know, if we can start closing up here, maybe. But you know, this is like equal highs right here, so there's always that. Would be easier to stay away, but I don't mind risking it for the biscuit. You know, risking what? Today's profits. Can do that. This candle's just opened with no top wick, so we're gonna flip. There we are. See that? Flipped and made that. Come on, guys. What are we saying? Buys or sells? Sells it is then. See, this is why you gotta wait for candle closes. You can't just get in when price is pushing up. You gotta wait for it to close. You see, because if we didn't wait for the close, if we were just waiting for price to look bullish in an open candle, then we would have been stuck and we would have been took out right away. But that's why you want to wait for the close. Yeah, I see that too. Especially this up here. Could be a liquidity grab. And this took liquidity here. I don't think we'll come down and take out this liquidity though. I think we will come into some form of fair value gap here. There probably is something. Yeah, that's why I gotta wait for the closes. Why I gotta wait for the close, guys. We have just took out internal sell side. But you know, I'm struggling to close outside this fair value gap. Come on. Don't forget to like the stream, guys. All the YouTube business. If you're new here, subscribe, join the free Discord. First link in the description. Don't forget to like though. Like the stream. Come on, GJ. We've got what, 1 minute 15 left on this. So indecisive. Come on. Alright, I think I might remove that. I might remove the verification thing. A lot of people seem to be struggling with that. Again, no top wick. OHLC. We're gonna flip and make this top wick at some point. There you go. If you can use that on a higher time frame, it's really effective. Come on. Yeah, this is looking bearish. Yeah, I'm done here, guys. I'm not taking anything here. It's looking bearish. Looking like we're going to close outside of this fair value gap. I've got nothing else to do. You know, usually we might look a bit more, but I've already took the trade. I've already made my money for today. So I'm not going to sit here and be greedy and try and make more. I've made more than I need. So we're happy. We're good to go. We don't need to chase any trades. And it's not looking like we're going to be bullish. I want to be taking buys. I don't want to be taking sells. It's not looking like we're going to be bullish. So that is it, guys. Like, I've got nothing else to discuss. Let me know your thoughts on these live streams, by the way. I know the quality is absolutely poop. It needs to be sorted out, and I will be sorting it out as soon as possible. Don't worry about that. And it will just start looking a bit cleaner as well. Like, I know there's a subscriber goal, which is half off of the screen. That's going to be sorted out. Half my head is off the screen. That's going to be sorted out. There's a bunch of stuff. This is the second YouTube stream I've ever done, so bear with me, guys. But in terms of trading technicals, it's not looking bullish, so we're going to head off the charts, get on with our day, and be happy with the money we've made. And that's it. Thanks, guys. I got nothing else to talk about. I'm going to go about my day now. Thanks for tuning in, and have a lovely rest of your day. There's no more fundamentals to worry about, so you don't need to worry about those. You're free to trade for the rest of the day. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time.